Hello everyone, today I'm going to try and make a very different video to the last one, which I didn't like anyway. It's going to be less talking and a lot more action. So for those who's going to struggle to understand what I'm doing, I would suggest to leave the comments, and I'll try to come back and explain what I do and how I do. But what I'll try and do today is to sample the voice from Logic, from one of the built-in Logic instruments, and then make a voice based on that sample on Yamaha. Try to make a small loop of sort of music based around that sample, and then sort of try and mix and master it using the gear that I have. So let's jump into it. So we're going to start first with Logic. So I've got a Logic session running. Okay, so that's where the whole thing's being recorded. So this is the Alchemy, or whatever you pronounce it. So I've pre-selected the sample voice I want to sample, so we're going to hear it. What we're going to do, so here's a brand new song with nothing in it. If I play, let's bring the volume up on the SSL 6. So if I play, so it's just blank section. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into utility, control MIDI, and choose local control off, and that's to enable me to control only the Logic's instrument. And we're gonna now try and see if we can hear it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So we've got the sound coming into okay, so now we're gonna, in order to sample this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to disable the effects on this voice. So I'm going to put delay and reverb to 0, so it's going to sound like this. Right, okay, so now in order for me to sample it, I need to obviously bring the signal into the AD converter on the Yamaha, and the way I'm going to do it is I've got SSL 6, so my computer sound comes on external 1, so from Apollo, Universal Apollo Audio. So monitoring, and in order for me to go to Yamaha, I think I need to click on that one. Now that should route the signal from computer to my Yamaha analog inputs, and then that should come out on the main Yamaha outputs there, which it does. Okay, cool. Now that we've got that covered, let's just adjust the volume so it comes in a bit more of a decent volume. Okay. Right, okay, so now we're ready to sample. So I'm going into integrated sampling, and click record. Now there's a couple of options here. I'm not going to explain what things mean. I'm just going to sample, click nothing else, and standby. Now in here I'm going to change the level from automatic level detection to manual, so I can then start and stop the recording when I want. Now we've selected key C3, so I'll just assume this is C3 for me, and I'm going to click start recording and stop. So that's it, sample done. So we've just sampled a small one note. Okay, what we're going to do first, we're going to normalize it, and now press enter to fix. So it's going to be a bit louder. We might need to turn the volume down a bit. One sec. Yeah, it is quite a bit louder, so let's just, cool. Now we're going to edit the sample. So first we need to change this from loop to one shot, and then I'm going to start and change the starting point of the loop by scrolling through until I get just to that section. Zoom in so I can clearly see where the sample starts. That's about there. And if I want to, I can actually edit the end of the sample as well, something like right, okay. Now I'm gonna press enter and fix this, but the reason I'm not getting any sounds is because I've disabled the local control. So I'm going back to utility and turn this on. Go back to sampling and edit. And all I have to do now is press the keyboard, press the left and keyboard, press that, and now that's a very quick sampling. I deliberately chose this synthesizer sound because that makes it easy to transpose along, and that's it really. So that's the sample done. Now let's build a voice around it. So we go to voice and I choose the user H16, which is the very last one. We're going to initialize it just so it's completely blank and there's nothing in it, and go to edit, and we're going to choose the first one. I like working with 4 elements. We choose the user one, so the first element is on. We choose the user, and that should be it. So that's pretty much done. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to element 2, do exactly the same, but we're going to go to pitch and pitch 12. And it sounds a lot more thicker than it was before. So we're going to bring the volume down a bit because that's extremely loud, and set the balance between the high pitch and the normal pitch to my likings. Now there's a lot more you can do, as you may imagine, with this kind of instrument. You can go in and edit all sorts of parameters for the whole lot, for each element, and I'm not going into those. I'm just going to click store, and that's our voice done based on the sample. Now let's go to song and choose the same voice. So we're going to go into program, user, H, and theoretically that should be it. So we've got just sampled voice. Now there's a couple of things. What I'm going to do is probably going to go into, okay, let's just edit some effects for the song, which is tempo, delay, mono, and reverb. I like the clean one. Now we're going to go back to mixer and adjust a bit. Something like that. Let's change the tempo to 128 about, so I can get a feel for it. Okay, right, okay, I'm ready to start creating some random track. So let's come up with whatever ideas we can. I think I got out of tempo. Some stage, let's see what we've got, see what the quantize can do to us. And I think there was a couple. For the sake of experiment, we can just leave it. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a little trick. So essentially I'm going to loop the section to like that. Okay, so now the whole thing's gonna just play and loop. Right, there's another thing that I like doing is make it more sharp, just use gate time. But you can do a lot more, as you can see. Right, okay, let's talk in more actions. So I don't like too much of effect, so we might just bring some reverb back in. Okay, let's go and choose second track, and I guess do a drum. Let's select drums. There's one specific that I do like. It's a bit difficult to work with, but it's very powerful. And yeah, okay. So let's get it going. Okay, right, okay, so there was one rogue note, which is, yeah, that's it. So let's delete that one. Done. And we're gonna loop this one from, I think, from 10 to, let's show that out. To 18th. Okay, and we're gonna click a loop, and that's job done. Right, let's choose the bass. Don't like it. Let's just record something. And we're essentially going to loop the same thing. Let's just adjust the volume, probably from the 10th to 18th. Right, okay, let's bring more tracks in, like, I don't know, more drums. I guess that's not going to hurt. Hi-hats. that's enough. So that's already quantized, and so loop again, so we can work quick and get some sort of let's listen to what we've got. And I'm gonna look for snare. Yeah, I like that one. And as I say, I'm working fast, just trying to cut down on waste of time, choosing the right stuff, and you know. That's more than enough. Okay, from 10 to 18. Loop that, volume. And we're gonna try and bring more instruments. Let's go for more drums. Let's do a quick one. Again, that's enough. Loop from 10 to 18, and now we can adjust the volumes a bit. Right, okay. Let's bring more themes. Yeah, just some random stuff. And let's see what it sounds like. And I'm gonna bring one more track, is some pads, I guess. Right. master. I want to get the right sound what I'm after, something like oh, that may do. Maybe. Okay, sounds good to me. Let's just get it all recorded. Yep, that should be fine. Again, oop. And I'm going to quickly rebalance the mix to what I think it should sound like. Okay, it might be just a rough mix, but hey, let's stick with this one. So I'm just gonna save it just for the sake of it. Right, okay, now we're gonna move down to mixer and Apollo and my Logic for the next set of processing. Right, okay, now we're going to jump on the mixer, and my apologies because that loop will play for quite a while, so if you don't like the music, I'm sorry. I don't tend to listen to what it's playing, I just listen to characteristics while I'm doing the mixes. Right, okay, so let's just get the mix going, and I'll set up the EQ so it sounds sort of better to my taste. Before and after. Now what I'm going to do, it's all, I'm sort of happy with the cue. Now I want to use UAD real-time processing and add some processing power to it. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. So, well, there's a number of ways of doing this with SSL 6. The way I've done it, I've put my bus B, so the moment I press bus B or mute buttons, that goes to my analog 1 and 2 inputs on UAD Apollo, and then it comes back, the main output comes back on external 1 input there. So this is just for monitoring, but what I'm doing then, I'm actually pressing this, so I'm adding this to the mix, so it's going to go through the bus compressor when I'm ready. So let's do that one, and we're going to get this going to the UAD. Right. Yeah, so now I'm monitoring what's coming back, and the signal level is not entirely... let's just get it a bit higher. Right, okay. That's about right, okay. Now I'm gonna pause for a second. So I'm gonna add some, again, I've sort of set these things up so to give some sense of what they're doing, and I'm gonna A/B before and after. And the way I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna touch anything on here. I can just monitor bus B here and what's coming from the computer on a main mix. Sorry, my voice is going on a main mix. This is why it's going out every time I press it. So let's just play engage one by one and then listen before and after. Now I'm going to add the G-Bus compressor. So here you go. This was a very quick video about how I how I sort of play when I get a chance to play with things. And unfortunately, every time it comes to making a video, I'm sort of struggling a bit to showcase the entire potential of this mixer. Just to mention, like today I bought one plugin which I'll probably review and show how I use it and why I actually bought it, as I'm sort of not buying any more plugins person. I've spent far too much money on plugins in the past, and now I'm sort of trying to prefer to buy hardware as opposed to plugins. But this plugin was on sale first of all, and then it really does make a difference. It's been reviewed by many professionals many times, but I'll do it in the next video. And what that is, let me just take this off. So I had some songs already recorded on mini disc, which as you may know from my previous video, I use as my main recorder. So I get that going into here, and then I route external 2 to my channel 1 and 2, and then I put some EQs, and then I go into computer and then process with that, come back here, and then apply bass compressor, and it's just, I don't have to touch any cables, just literally just pressing the buttons, and I can get, as I say, pretty much any signal from one point to another point very easily, very quickly, the way I've set it up. And as I say, I'm not even using the available D-subs connectors, which I do have, as I say, for both inputs and outputs, because I just simply don't have that many hardware for now. Yeah, so this thing is brilliant. That is quite okay. As I say, I just regret I've spent too much money on plugins, even on sales, far too much. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like and comment, and if you want me to explain something a bit more depth to what I've been doing and how things are connected, please leave that in the comments, and I'll try to do another video with answering your questions. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.